Oh, every day like you walk around, you see Spider-Man walking around the street, like, oh, it's Spider-Man. And then you take the picture with them, which happened to me before actually. Some water thing, it exploded. So if something happens, I have to go home for a bit to visit. I come back and my place is gone. Or if someone takes my deposit and they take my money, I'm gonna find them. And they're not gonna see the nice Brennan on camera. They're gonna see a different type of Brennan that's going to 안녕하세요. Hello, my name is Brennan. I'm from the United States. Never, because again, I don't trust anybody at all in foreign countries because I'm a foreigner. And for a while, I never even invested into deposit housing. I've always stayed in a place that was only rent-based. Reason being is because I'm a foreigner coming to a country, so there's gonna be some areas where I may not have rights. So if something happens, I have to go home for a bit to visit. I come back and my place is gone. Or if someone takes my deposit and they take my money and then they run, I'm gonna find them. And they're not gonna see the nice Brennan on camera. They're gonna see a different type of Brennan that's going to smoke the whole city. So to keep myself in that position, I keep my propositions I accept very limited. Oh yeah, most definitely. There's scammers for tourists, there's scammers for against each other. Americans scam Americans all the time. Like, I got scammed a couple of times from my own fellow Americans, and I was so upset. So today we're gonna talk about the top 5 scams you should avoid when you're visiting America. The number one that I had the most problem with is automobiles, vehicles. The scam that really have the biggest effect is when people sell lemon cars. When I was 24, 25 years old, I was going to pick up a car and I bought the car. The guy was like, oh, the car works really well. I drove it around a bit. He was like, oh man, this car is good. You just got fixed up, etc. And when I was driving the car, like days or so later, some water thing, it exploded. Yo, so I called him up. I'm like, hey man, what's up? My car is messed up. You know, I just bought this car a couple of days ago. He was like, oh, you bought it as is and there's nothing we can do. And me growing up, I didn't have much money. Our family wasn't as successful growing up. So I had to work really hard to get to where I am now. So when someone takes something from me, I take that very personal because I worked hard for what I got. So my mom knew what I was thinking. She was like, son, let it go. Just let it go. Don't even bother it. You know, he'll receive his karma. So when you're in America and you're buying a vehicle, you should go to a lot that has the biggest reviews and research them. Ask the guy to let you like drive the car around and things like that, because if not, you buy the car, that's it, and you can't get your money back. So first thing is to avoid lemon vehicles. The second thing you have to avoid while going to America as a foreigner is buying jewelry. That usually happens around like liberal areas like New York. It's their hustle, so I don't knock it. If someone comes up to you and say, oh, try this, man, I'm good, and I just keep walking. If they keep saying, come on, man, buy it, and they follow them like, yo, I don't want to buy it, I'm good, I don't need any jewelry, I'm good. And I just keep going, you know. And then if they keep going on and trying to sell it to you and put it on you, say, hey, if you keep doing this, I'm gonna call the authorities. Be aware that if the guy tries to put the jewelry on you on the street, keep just backing away. If he keeps going on, then let him know that you're gonna call the police on him. And with that, they usually just call you a couple of names and walk away. In America, so taking pictures with people that is not even the real cast. Oh, every day like you walk around, you see Spider-Man walking around the street, like, oh, it's Spider-Man. And then you take the picture with them, which happened to me before actually. I was walking in New York and it was Spider-Man. I'm like, oh, it's a picture of Spider-Man. So I took a picture with him. He wanted me to give him money. I'm like, yo, I didn't ask you to take a picture with me. You said take a picture. I don't have any money anyway, and I'm not gonna give you any money because you came to me. So that's how I handle it. I would be careful. If someone comes to you trying to take a picture, just walk away. Just say like, hey, I'm okay. I saw the movie. You guys are good, but I don't need a picture. And just walk away. That's the best thing to do. If you see, especially in the areas you have to look at for pickpockets are mainly in California, Atlanta, Georgia, New York. I've been living for 28 years. I've never been pickpocketed ever. Because there's tips I can give you guys to avoid pickpocketers. Number one is when you're going out, don't carry a lot of money on you. Number two, when you do go out and actually buy things, don't pull out big bills. If you pull out bigger bills, you're more of a target because people see that and then they put a plan to come and take what you have. So when you go out with just enough to last during the day, but don't take everything with you. Number three, a lot of people, they pick pockets, they go for the jacket or for your back pocket. Me personally, I've always carried my wallet in my front pocket, and I carried a wallet that was small enough to fit everything I needed for that day. Important things and bigger money I left at my room. I kept it in my front pocket and I always walk with my hands in my pockets. So if someone's trying to come from my pockets, reach for my hand, they're gonna catch a fist to the face, and that's it. I never picked a pocket a day in my life, but I know I have friends that had that happen to them. So I started thinking of ways of what to do. And me doing this method, I've never been pickpocketed ever. Credit card scam. Whenever you have your credit card, you should be really careful because what people do with your credit cards is some guys, they'll take your card, take the number, and then they'll like scrape it off and put their name on, or they'll redo the numbers and put their name on, and then they'll withdraw the money from your account. With that being said, they'll take the money from your account. By the time you notice it, they've already discarded the card. They're very discreet about it, like they only go above a certain amount. So whenever you go out, I would not take out your credit card anywhere. I would only take cash in a small amount, because if you take out your card and it gets confiscated, you have a harder time keeping your money safe versus if it's just cash. If it's cash, it's fine. You still have your credit card. But when someone gets your credit card and now they have access to your accounts, identity, and everything, it's more dangerous and you lose more. The things I will search out for is I will avoid certain areas of town. If you go to New York, I would avoid certain areas like the Bronx. I grew up in a very rough neighborhood growing up, so I had no problem going to the Bronx, but my unit, when I was in, said, oh, no one goes to the Bronx, it's too rough, etc. And I was like, the Bronx, I can walk in there and no one's gonna do anything. Because I grew up in it, so what they're gonna try to do, I've already seen it. Because it's really hardcore. And unless you didn't grow up in that environment, you're not gonna know how to react. You're not gonna know how to react. You're gonna be scared, they're gonna feed on that. So there's stuff like that. I would say just be smart, pick and choose who you talk to. Like you see a guy, like I have tattoos all over, but genuine guy, And there's gonna be some guys that's really properly dressed that's just scumbags. So I would just say be wise with who you choose to speak to. That's basically it. Yeah, I didn't have to worry about getting shot 8 times, so that's always nice. But I don't have to worry about cops killing people like me or anything like that. It makes me living here 10 times better. I'm like, I don't have to worry about walking out and getting beaten down because I look like somebody. So I feel like Korea is a lot more peaceful than a lot of areas. So today we covered things you should avoid while in America. If you guys have any other questions about what to avoid or what to go to in America, comment below. Be sure to like, comment, subscribe, and I will see you guys soon. Bye.